Ah ha ha, there we go. Oh, it's a stream. Wait. Stand by. Ah, there we go. Huh? Hello. It is Tuesday. It is, isn't it? It is Tuesday, thank goodness. It's a stream. Welcome. Gonna mess around with a bit of Oblivion today, as we have been doing. I think I'm basically gonna keep playing this. I don't know if we'll see if I play all the way through it, but I'm at least playing this until I find something else. And you know, so far so good. But man, I've also just been. I realized that there was the D&D Direct was happening today. And I've been keeping, you know, an eye on that to see what they've been announcing. Yeah, I wasn't watching it because I was, you know, getting ready for a stream. I was seeing some of the reports come in. I did see they announced their like D&D Beyond Virtual Tabletop, which looks, yeah, D&D Direct. I think that's, yeah, whatever they called it. But they announced their virtual tabletop for D&D Beyond, which is all like 3D and very shiny and you know, it's kind of definitely not what I want. Not that I don't want to buy into the D&D Beyond ecosystem anyway, but I was like, that's actually not great. Haven't seen much. There was like they announced some like figures and some other merchandise I think I saw, but I did see, I don't know if they've announced the book yet. I did see they must have, because I saw Tony DiTerlizzi, who's an artist for who's done a lot of work for them, particularly back in the Planescape days, and they teased Planescape the other day, so it looks like they may well be doing another Planescape book, which is of interest to me, not least because I'm currently running a Planescape campaign, but you know. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now some book. Keys from the Golden Vault, Bigby presents Glory of the Giants, Fandelver and Below the Mystery of the Obelisks, Planescape, Deck of Many Things Adventures, Faction Adventure, The Red Wizard Adventure, and Then Will Return D&D Adventure. Alright. Yeah, absolutely that's probably what's going to happen, Drew. It's coming out. It's going to come out at exactly the wrong time for me to actually make use of it, which is, yeah, it's fine, because by the time it comes out, we probably will be done. But I'm at least interested to see what they have, you know, done with it, because Planescape is a really interesting setting. We played played Planescape Torment on the stream a long time ago. And it's just a really interesting, you know, setting, way more so than like your Fantasy Kitchen Sink Forgotten Realms. So, you know, we'll see how it goes and what they do with it. I'm just glad they got Tony DiTerlizzi back, because he's you know, he was a very his style very much like typified and defined Planescape, so I'm glad that they brought him back for this, as he seems to indicate. Yeah. So, you know, I'm watching all this at a sort of arm's length, because, you know, Wizards of the Coast doesn't have a whole lot of goodwill, certainly in the D&D, well, both in the D&D and Magic space at the moment. But, you know, there may be some things of interest. The D&D cinematic universe. Yeah, they got a meta plot over their adventures. I mean, sure, whatever. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me at all. You know, plot, they're just kind of there in the background. I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, that's fair. If it's not the sort of thing you're interested in, then it's going to be fairly meh. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much out of the D&D Direct anyway. But they did tease Planescape the other day, so I thought, okay, well maybe they'll announce a Planescape book now. But other than that, I'm like, I don't expect much out of them these days. Yeah, no, and yes, very conspicuous by its absence is any mention of 1D&D, which is not terribly surprising. Yeah. It's not done baking yet, and also, the last few things that they managed to do with it were, to put it mildly, didn't go well for them. Oh, come on, Steam, figure your stuff out. Okay. So, Yeah. Yeah. No, what was the quote they used? As like, oh, you're going to hear people say that they won, but actually, no, we won. That was the really, really silly thing that they said after that. Oh my god. I'm not owned. I'm not owned. Says D&D. Yeah. I'm going to go see the D&D movie. Yeah, I have been seeing that that's been getting fairly well reviewed, which is actually good. It's probably just going to be exactly what people were expecting, which is like a fun adventure movie that doesn't take itself too seriously and is just kind of, embracing the camp and the cheese that is your average D&D game. Like, it's not going to be an award-winning movie, but it's going to be a fun time. That seems to be the impression I'm getting. That's the impression I'm getting. So, I will be interested in checking it out, because it might just be entertaining. God, imagine that. Entertaining D&D product. Are there any other updates that really matter? Just do this, yeah. So, I've been having a look at that today, seeing what's going on there. Because even if I'm not, invested in everything that they're doing, it's still interesting to keep an eye on. Because, like it or not, they are like the big mover and shaker in the tabletop industry. So, seeing what they're up to is just a sort of, a kind of sometimes a barometer as well of how things are. Yeah. All right. Steam wants to update. I'll let Steam update. You can have that on me, Steam. Did they announce anything else? Yeah, no. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Because I'm trying to see if they announced when these things were coming out, or just that they are coming out. Oh, well, that's fine. It's safe to say that the Planescape book will come out just in time to be of no use to me, so... no immediate use, anyway. It's fine. I have all the old stuff from 2nd edition that I'm that I'm pulling from, and ignoring, 75% of it and making up my own stuff anyway. Just be like, no, this is dumb. Get rid of this. I'm not doing it half of that. No. This is so convoluted. Why? No, go. Be gone. And it's working so far. This last session, they were running away from some demons in Undersigil, and there was a big fight, and the demon threw somebody down a pit. They managed to survive. Well, Eventually. They got knocked down to 0 at the bottom of a pit, but thankfully the party was able to come to the rescue. Okay, there we go. I think we're good. But now we're going to have a gap for a while because of various availabilities and things. We just hit a patch where there's like 3-4 weeks where enough people are unavailable, and there's a big enough thing coming up that I want everyone to be there. So we're going to have to find something else to do in the intervening time for those weeks, but that's fine. It happens from time to time. Sometimes the stars align in a way that you don't want. You know, it's like, oh, I can't do, you know, oh, we can't do that week, I can't do this week, and it's like, oh god, okay. It's fine. Oh. Okay. Is there anything else going on? Not really. Oh right, there was another. There's a D&D DLC for Minecraft as well. Sure, whatever. They're announcing all kinds of stuff today. Alright. Anyway, enough of that. What say we play some Oblivion? Turn that down. Oh. Let me get things started up here. Yeah. Honestly, though, it's interesting because now they're announcing a lot of they announced like a owlbear plushie. I think there was in some model figure sets of villains or something like that, or monsters, and cross promotions. And it's basically when we saw what they were trying to do with here we go. Wait for it. There we go. With 1D&D and like trying to monetize the hell out of it, and everyone's like, you know, you could monetize it in all these other ways that don't screw over third-party, you know, creators. And this is the kind of thing where it's like, you know, cross promotions and merchandising and like, aren't you owned by a toy company, Wizards? Aren't you owned by Hasbro? Anyway, I shall relax. Alright, what the hell? Oh, that's right. We had just been accosted by a strange elven man who was like, hey, go, people are watching me. Paranoid. Outside his house at 6 AM to see what she does. Alright. Well, I mean, sure, let's do that.
I'm listening.
Bye. Where is it? That's over. That's oh. Quick save. We need to wait until, what was it, 6 AM? A lot of the quests in this is just, you know, follow somebody. Oh.
A little bird told me that you've been asking around town about Glarther,
a
resident eccentric. I'd like to know why.
He asked me to help him out.
Let me give you some advice. Glarther is crazy. So far, harmless crazy. But I keep an eye on him because it's my job to. You don't want to get involved with him. I don't care how much he's paying you. It isn't worth it. Like I said, he's crazy.
Well, this is suspicious,
Since you're
isn't
courteous enough to tell the truth. I'll do the same by trusting you to talk to a guard if he asks you to do anything strange.
Okay. Got to ask him if Glarther ever asked me to do anything strange. Well, you'll have to define strange, but okay. So far, I'm just following someone. That's not terribly strange, is it? Oh, I think I need to go talk to him, don't I?
Can't you see that I'm very...
I told you not to speak to me.
Sorry.
Right. Don't speak to him in public. That's right. Nobody suspects a thing. Yeah, Oblivion potato people. It's very much the it was the Bethesda style at the time. Wait. Ah, okay. I wonder if I should talk to her. Oh no. Let me just have a seat. Don't mind me. Let me wait 1 hour. I only got like marginally better in Skyrim. Well, no, it definitely got better in Skyrim. Ah, there you are. But this was like, you know, what engine was that? What was the? What was the name of the engine that it ran on? Creation Engine, I think. And they kept using that all the way up to, in one form or another, up until like Fallout 4. I don't know. Just the way that it goes. Just following somebody, you know, it's fine. Like I said, I think yeah, by far the like worst age part is the visually is the character models. Everything else is kind of okay. It's not great, not by today's standards, but it's not like hideous. Not really. Hup. Wonder where you're going then. Okay, last time I came out this door, a bunch of people accosted me with quests. Not so far. Wait, hold on. You just press the auto walk button. I'm glad we sort of generally moved away from the quest of, you know, follow this person. So I feel like that used to be a big thing in a lot. You used to see it quite a bit, and you don't see it so much anymore, which is good because it's really tedious. Assassin's Creed tailing missions. Yeah, I never did much of that. Oh boy. Okay, I'm just gonna quick save here. Okay. Do I just talk to... You know what? I quick save, so let me see what happens.
I'm Bernadette Pinellas. I work for Tamika. I grow grapes for her wines. I don't trust you enough. I've lived here all my life. I'm listening. Well, isn't that sweet of you? For me, thanks. Such adventures. How I envy you. Sure, that's cute. Don't waste... Is that so?
There.
That works for me. I don't mean to gossip, but he is more than a bit strange. However, he's always been tolerated as a town eccentric. Bye.
This one, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. It's going to stand here for, let's say, 4 hours. Let's see what happens. She's gone. Oh, wait, hold on. Hup. Ah. Still at work, growing the grapes. And now we just slowly follow. But yeah, no, I never played like Assassin's Creed series. I wonder if that's something I should try to play, but I remember, well, the most Assassin's Creed game I ever played, or the most of an Assassin's Creed game I ever played was Odyssey. And I still never finished that because there was so much to do. And especially because there was so much, like, oh, it had like freaking daily quests and currency bullshit, and it was like, oh my god. It's a shame because, you know, the actual plot line and the characters and stuff was not bad. But like, yeah. Hello. The old ones have aged poorly? Yeah. It's not terribly surprising. But then, but yeah, Assassin's Creed Odyssey was very much like just an action RPG and not a stealth game. Not a stealth assassination game like the rest of them. Well, the rest of them, but like a lot of the earlier ones. And I remember playing Black Flag and being like, this is great fun, except for all the parts where I have to do assassinations. Tooling around on the open sea with my, you know, crew and singing shanties and raiding ships and whatnot. This is great. But then it was like, okay, now go to this island and assassinate the mayor or something. I was like, oh, for God's sake. Okay, now I actually have to be stealthy and sneaky, but I'm a pirate. What are you up to? No. Anything in here? Up. Up. Make it 2 hours. Okay, still. Yep, still raking the backyard, I guess. The whole Ezio series is probably the best of the old ones where you actually are an assassin. Yeah, because how many are there? Because you've got the... I guess that's the main games, isn't it? Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3, right? Those are the Ezio games, maybe? And then there are a bunch of other ones. Okay, so now she's just standing there. Menacingly. Two plus brother plus revelations. Oh, okay. Wait for 1 more hour. She is just standing there. Oh, there she goes. She's off. Sorry, just in case. 3 is the American one with... Oh, yes, right. Yeah. That's right. And then there's Syndicate as well, which is the one in London. You're from London. Oh, and she went back into her house. Okay, quick save. And Unity in France, right, of course, yeah. Unity being infamous.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Hello.
What? You too.
You can just let me in, hey? What if I just wait for an hour and see what you do? Well, I guess that's that, isn't it? Alright, well, let's go report that she did nothing except go to work. You know? Alright, look.
So, you saw Bernadette penniless, did you? She was watching me and following me, wasn't she?
No. She wasn't watching or following you.
Really? That is surprising. I was sure she was watching me.
No, she went to work.
Ah, of course. The gold.
Here.
But there is someone else I need you to investigate.
Okay, 150 gold is not nothing.
Tutius Sextius. Do you know him? A quiet fellow. Appears harmless enough. But I've identified him as one of my key suspects.
Apex.
He's a clever one, no doubt about it. Eyes in the back of his head. Always seems to know when I'm watching. But that's where you come in. You should wait outside his house and see what he does when he's not watching me. I'll meet you here tomorrow night to get your report. I still can hardly believe she wasn't watching me, but it is a relief to be able to finally stop worrying about her. There's so much I could tell you. So many secrets.
So many
but
secrets.
Then you'd be in danger too. It's best if we're not seen talking.
Someone had a lot of fun with this, I guess.
He lives in the large house between the Low Gate and the East Bridge. Alone. Suspicious, don't you think?
Not really, no, but okay.
Don't let Tutius Sextius catch you following him. He's much more dangerous than he looks.
Look, I'll go along with this for a bit, but we'll see. You know, he's very much, yeah.
Yes?
He may just be paranoid. I don't remember. I have like a very vague memory of this quest, but I don't remember how it actually goes. You know? So, let's find out. Alright. Let's wait for 5 hours. Just the innate hilarity of just standing there and waiting, like, you know, essentially just T-posing for 5 hours. Let's make that 2. Okay, quick save. I can't go in for some reason. Maybe I'll just go see what he's up to.
How goes it? You're new here, or you'd know me. Tutius Sextius, my people have lived in Skingrad since the dawn. Father and the Count were best of friends. I'm sorry, but I don't think I know any Glarther. Oh, wait, do you mean that strange wood elf that you see wandering around the city? Yes, I've seen him, but never spoken to him. He seems to be at the Low Gate every morning when I pass by on my way to the castle. Gives me the strangest looks now that you mention it. Almost like he hates me, although I have no idea why. Yes, the strange wood elf.
No, nothing else, eh?
We'll see.
Disposition maxed. Huh.
Perhaps you should seek out a priest, perhaps a beggar or guardsman. You and I, we have nothing in common. What could we possibly talk about?
All right, jeez. What about some rumors?
I learned quite a bit about how to use a shield from Ambrose Can. Cost me a bit, but it was worth it.
Okay.
Be seen.
Yeah, I guess. What if we wait for another hour? Okay. Oh. Okay. What? Are you following me, sir? Oh, he's probably like, get out of my house! Oh, there he goes. Okay. Engage, follow mode. Just see what he's up to. I think I'm right in saying as well that like having NPCs with like routines, and that was something that I think they touted as a big deal at the time. Oh, hello. Where they were like, you know, they have their own lives and such, and it was really just that they kind of wander around. It's like, don't let him catch you following him. It's like, I'm not really sure how to avoid that, but where are we going? Yeah. Not a bad view from up here.
How goes it?
Just gonna catch up a little bit. It's like 2 crescent moons. The symbol. Also, oh, that's clearly, now that I look at this fire, this is clearly like a video file. Or like that's a video of actual fire that's been compressed down into an animated like image or something. Yeah. We're not gonna animate fire. Let me just see it. Yeah. Alright, up. Off we go. Can I go in here? I can. And I will. Wait, where's our guy? Oh, he's in the hall. Up. Wrong button.
Hail.
Urus the shepherd sure does take care of his sheep. And boy, does he like cheese. I mean, he really likes cheese.
I like cheese. Not more than sheep, though. I'm not sure about Eurus.
See you.
Take care.
Okay. Here comes somebody else.
Tidings, citizen.
What's new with you?
They say syndicates of wizards have led a boycott of Imperial goods in the land of the altar.
It seems Somerset Isle has become a much
Hey, wait a
more
minute.
dangerous place.
Bye. How do you do?
Mercator, eh? What's your deal?
The Count will not see you now. Not now. Not ever. He sees no one. I'm Mercator Hositis, his steward. I believe that's all you need to know. Wander the streets, fields, and public places of Skingrad to your heart's content. Just don't include me in your social explorations.
Okay.
That Dennis Artilian is a little too full of himself. Sure, he's a captain of the guard, but I'm not impressed. You'll have to speak with Shum Gro Yarrig about that. He's the only one that can handle the deed.
Ah.
Farewell.
Let's wait for 1 hour. Where are you off to? Whoop! Alright, so then he leaves. Yeah, I would have friend definitely.
Hello.
But I'm not following you. Definitely not doing that. Don't know how you could possibly think I was following you. Certainly not. Just, you know, maintain a discreet distance just to waylay suspicion, of course.
I haven't time for food.
Now that's the guy who, you know, you can buy a house from. And it's fine. Get on with it. Get a move on. I need to see that you don't get up to anything. Unless you do. I don't know. At least I don't have to sneak across a rooftop and stab you. Although maybe. I don't know. Quest ain't over yet. Ah, see that mountain? You can climb it. Actually, I don't know if you can in this one. You maybe can. But then if you could, why would Todd Howard say that about Skyrim as if that was a big deal? Who knows? Nope. Yeah, Todd Howard says a lot of things. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh man, it's not on that. Todd Howard's not as bad as this, but I did finish watching last night. I finished watching the Folding Ideas video about the metaverse and Decentraland, and God, the amount of like insane claims and rhetoric that they spout about something that is demonstrably absolutely terrible is wild.
Hi there.
But yeah, what was the name of the video? Yeah, the future is a dead mall. And it's like, oh my god. You know. And there are, you know, sort of general game development terms as well. There are also some things you sort of had to stop. It was good though. Yeah, I mean, I had to watch it in chunks. The nice thing about Dan's videos, this one and the Line Goes Up, and with his more recent videos, haven't checked if this is true for some of the older ones, is that they are broken up into nice like chapters with their timestamps. So it actually means like, oh, I can watch like this chapter and I'll watch the other chapter later. Which is something that, you know, I think YouTube video essayists could learn a lot from. Especially if you're making like, I don't know, a 4-hour video, a 5-hour video, an 8-hour video in some cases. But I think some of them, you know, it is something that a lot of people do. I guess not. I guess you can't. But yeah, you know, I do think it's something that separates the sort of more, well, I don't know about like good or bad, but like, well, yeah, 12-hour video of a quick retrospective on Oblivion Part 1 of 3, and I'm like, nope, no thank you. It's like it's not going to hold my... Oh, he's got on a horse. It's like it's probably not going to hold my attention for that long, is it?
Greetings to you.
Glarthir is acting even stranger than usual, don't you think?
Good day.
It's not going to hold... Oh, horse.
Good afternoon.
Sprung. Alright, where are you going? Maybe I'm better off just, you know, waiting and seeing where he ends up. Yeah, I will say it was the video of the future is a dead mall. It covers a lot of the same ground as Line Goes Up, but you know, with a different kind of focus. Yeah, good job. This is going well for you. The horse is figuring it out. But oh, someone in the comments of that video was talking about how it's basically the saga of, you know, tech bros failing to understand why people go outside and spend time with their friends. It's like, yeah, that really is what it comes down to. And now basically it's just a sort of another one of the many reasons why if you hear somebody starting to talk very seriously about the metaverse, you can probably ignore them. You're probably just safe to be like, okay, yeah, no, you don't know what you're talking about. He's just going for a ride on his horse. Alright, you know what? Screw this. Where are you now? And he's gotten off his horse. And he's gotten on his horse. Yeah, and tech bros learn what an MMO is. Yeah. Fortnite's the most credible, I find, concept of universal-related properties, and even that's just brand singularity. Yeah, it's like... Wait another hour. Get off the horse. Get on the horse. He's just standing there. Menacingly. Alright, hold on. Can I get him? Can I make him get off the horse and get on the horse? Get on the horse! Oh no, no, he's leaving. He's left the horse. I probably shouldn't. That would be stealing his horse, wouldn't it? Yes, no, I'm not going to. I'm not going to steal a horse. Not for this. Yeah. Yeah, it's also just highlighting the trend of... I'm trying to think if there is a word for it, because it's something I've noticed. But it's sort of the trend of, I don't know, tech bros or some people just taking fiction as a sort of, I don't know, a blueprint for inevitability. I'm trying to think of a better way to phrase it. Where they're like, you know, not engaging with, I think I mentioned talked about this yesterday after I'd watched like the first 40 minutes of it. But it's like, thinking that certain things are inevitable, you know, metaverse or virtual reality or the virtual world. It's like these were narrative devices and stories that you read, not an inevitable progression of technology. You know. But they're like, no. When this exists, and it's like, yeah, that's all right. It's gonna be a real thing. We're gonna have to. We want to be the ones to get in on it and make it real. And it's like, this is a, you know, Snow Crash and Ready Player One used it as, they were books, you know, they weren't based on anything. It's a literary device. And the same is true for things like, you know, faster than light travel or I don't know, even something like terraforming or whatever. It's like, but you see a lot of people like, oh well, when we invent this, it's like, you know, that was all made up for stories, right? That's not necessarily like, it's such a weird mindset to me. Where are you going, my dude? But yeah, man, when I was talking about, like you said, Tech Bros discover what an MMO is, and then Dan mentions how many concurrent players the Decentraland has, and it's like, and there's some, you know, debate about what it is. It's either like somewhere between like 500 and 5,000, and it sounds like that's a big difference, but in sort of corporate terms, it's really the same number, and it's an embarrassingly low number. Like competing with MMOs like Lord of the Rings Online, DC Universe Champions or something. It's like, yeah, it's effectively zero. It's like, might as well just not exist. And yeah, you hear it talked about in sort of certain, you know, tech circles of as if it's some sort of, you know, grand thing and the future. And it's like, it's a really tiny crap MMO. And that's really like the thrust of the video, but Dan goes into a lot more detail about why exactly and how exactly it is bad and laughable. So, yeah. What are you up to, my dude? For a nice walk. It's just a way to get you to waste time. Follow this guy around. Virtual cinema. I know that Garry's Mod did it a decade ago. Yeah. Or that Second Life exists. It's just also... Oh, God. It's so silly to me. Like, you know, you'll be able to walk into a kiosk and buy a hamburger or a pizza, or go and sit in a movie theater and watch the movies. Like, completely... Like, let's recreate all the things that are...
Greetings.
Inconvenient about existing in the physical space, and not take advantage of all the digital, you know, the advantages of a digital environment. And it's like, why are you trying to recreate this experience? I don't know. It's so yeah. Yeah, we can screen share on Discord. There are so many other more convenient and less stupid ways to do these things. I don't know. It really is a kind of like, you know, Emperor has no clothes moment where everyone's talking about, like, you know, the people who use it and invest in it are like, no, it's the future, bro, and, you know, look at how amazing it is, and everyone else is just kind of looking at it like, this is bad. Like, this is immediately, really obviously bad. It looks like a kind of video game that people would play in a movie from, like, the 90s or the early 2000s or something. Like, it's that. It's not. It's not anything approaching good at all. So, oh, yeah, close the gate. Oh, is he going to figure it out? Hey, face through the gate. He's a ghost. There is something suspicious going on. Alright, just don't ask me to follow a third person. Ask me to do something weird so we can get on with the quest. And he goes back to his house. And I can't go in. Okay. Alright, let's go find... let's go to the chapel. It's like, he didn't do anything, and he's not following you, my dude.
Tell me what you learned about Tutius Sextius.
He's not watching you.
Really? So you're saying that neither Bernadette Penniless or Tutius Sextius is part of the conspiracy against me? Hard to believe.
What about the reward?
Yes, the gold that you value so highly. I wonder what price betrayal... Never mind that. Well, we shall see. I do have one more name for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you know David Sorelli? Yes, of the famous Sorelli Vineyards.
Uh-huh.
Pillar of the community, etc. Who would ever suspect him? Perfect cover for the ringleader of the whole conspiracy. He watches my house constantly. You'll see. He leaves his house early each morning. Watch him and report back to me here at...
Hey.
I was sure he was part of the conspiracy. Sure of it. I guess it just goes to show... Well, we'll see what it goes to show, won't we? The Sorelli house is right next door to mine. A large house with a backyard conveniently located to a...
Okay.
Be careful.
Yeah.
David Sorelli.
Yeah, whatever, man. Remember VRML? I don't. Metaverse basically trying to take concepts of Second Life or MMOs and packaging it for normal people. But that's what WoW was. Yeah. Yeah, it's just an incredibly ludicrous concept that really only works if you are really very misinformed or just ignorant of the state of video games and the state of, you know, just like, it just doesn't work.
How are you?
Virtual reality markup language trying to extend the concept of HTML into 3D VR spaces. Oh. How did that go? In the 90s. Oh. Oh, well, I'm going to assume it didn't go very well. Alright, we'll follow one more person. Aha, is that you?
Do you need something?
Quick save.
I'm David of Surili Brothers Vineyard. Gaston is my brother. From our vineyards come the finest wines in Tamriel.
Finer than Tamika's?
Ah, well, in all honesty, no.
Oh,
But our
refreshingly
wines are
honest.
very good, and much cheaper than Tamika's very fine product, I assure you.
Oh, okay.
I don't...
Alright, would some bribery change your mind?
Well, isn't that sweet of you? You may have heard that he's a bit touched in the head, and that may be true. But he's always been a quiet neighbor, never given us any trouble. Gaston and I make great wines, reasonably priced.
Alright, okay.
Bye.
Alright, so this guy's just gonna have a normal day, I'm positive. But I'm like, it's like, do I just wait until midnight and tell him that he's not been spying on him, or do we actually just go and follow him and see what happens? Because I'm sure this is just going to be normal stuff. There's never a product better standard. It used to be the internet was built upon a series of open standards and not a small group of walled garden commercial products. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. Or at least partially. It has been a long time since that was the case.
How are you?
Not bad.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
I understand Daedra worship has become increasingly prevalent in the Somerset Isles.
The Altar have powerful wizards.
Remember when, you know, you used to actually have a website for most things? Rather than a Facebook page or a Twitter page or, God forbid, a Discord? Let me guess, you're going to go work on your vineyard, aren't you? Alright, let's wait an hour. Forums, subreddits. Yeah, I was going to say also, yeah, remember forums? Forums are still around, though. There's still a handful of, you know, but they're much smaller and much more niche now, which is honest. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, because like the larger a forum got, the worse it got. Looks at Reddit, and yeah, Reddit has taken that place for a lot of places, which is not ideal because it's actually really bad for a lot of a lot of the same functionality. I mean, I remember spending a lot of my time sort of back in the day, I'm trying to remember when abouts this was. But like cutting my teeth on the internet on a Zelda forum. In fact, on the Zelda forum.
Good to see you.
Like, I believe it was legendofzelda.com, which it eventually disappeared because Nintendo finally were like, we'd like that. We'd like to have that domain back, please. But yeah, God, I spent a lot of time there. Made some good friends on there. And it was run by well, you may have heard a number, you know, yeah, all the kind of horror stories you hear. Well, maybe not like all the horror stories, but a lot of the moderators on there were not good, or the admins, I should say, because that was where I actually first got a taste of. I was a mod for a brief time there, and that was a case of I was like relatively well known in the community at the time, just from hanging out, and yeah, mods were shit as I confirm as I was one, yeah, but
What is it now?
I wish it would tell me which one is which. Oh, the Westgate. But I was, I didn't seek it out. It was very much like somebody contacted me and was like, "Hey, would you want to be a moderator to help out?" And I was like, "Okay, fine, sure." And that was where I got the taste of like, oh, yeah. And I eventually, I think I either stopped or just was like, no, I can't keep doing this because this is too much pressure and too much just crap to deal with. Because there was, I don't even know if you can. I don't even know if it's still available anymore. It probably isn't. I think it's lost to the wind. Lost to the wind now. Yeah, often being a moderator means being subjected to the worst in the community constantly. Yeah. Certainly in a sort of in something that has a lot of longevity, like well, I say longevity, but that is ongoing, I should say. I don't remember anything like especially bad that I had to deal with, but it was mostly just like, but I remember, actually, I think the worst things I had to deal with, and it remains true to this day, I think, when it comes to moderators and moderating online spaces like that, and admins, and often, I think my thought at the time was often the people who are, the people who should, the last people who should be given moderator power or that sort of thing are the people who want it. The people who actively seek it out, because those were the people who are the biggest problem, and that I think is still true. Yeah, he's just having a normal day. Although it's going off into the woods for some reason. Power should flow to those who do not want them, ideally. I mean, to an extent. If you do want to have people who are prepared to actually, to do some, to have that responsibility. But
Good evening.
I think the sort of person who's going looking for like, oh, I want to be a moderator, I want to be in charge of a community like that, like I want that, it very often leads to well, the kind of people who want that sort of power for its own sake, and that's never a good thing. Like, there's a difference between that and people who are like, well, I think I could help out, and, you know, I would like to help if I can. Yes, and people who, yeah, exactly, people who want the ability to change and improve the space is different. But, you know, I think it's the, what do you want? If you want that, or you want the power over people, then, yeah. But yeah, those were some... God, those are very early days. I can't even remember what years it was, but that was where I first learned graphics and Photoshop, because I think I still have some buried deep in an archived folder somewhere on, I don't know, I think on an external hard drive. But that was where I remember, okay, forums, but remember forum signatures, where you'd have like the little thing beneath your message, and there were like banners which were, you know, images and so on, and I had a lot of fun rather making basically doing like graphic design to make some cool banners with like video game, you know, renders of PNGs, characters or something. That's where I cut my teeth on the sort of graphic design and digital art sort of stuff. With a copy, I think it was Photoshop Elements I had at the time that I was using. Was it legal? I think Elements was.
Good evening.
Because I think I had a legit copy of Elements for some reason.
I'm Gaston Cirilli. Perhaps you've met...
Yeah. They will
You
make
too.
it legal. I think it's because it came... Oh, no, I remember now. Yes. Yes, because... Hi.
Well met.
Because I was... it was bundled... Right. Because the computer I had at the time was a laptop that I got as part of a school program. And it came bundled with Photoshop Elements on it. And yeah, and so that's what I used to make the graphics and whatnot. Oh, I need to turn around. But yeah, so I got my start on that. Oh, excuse me. That's right, into graphic design was using PaintShop Pro, downloading fonts to make parodies of logos, doing Star Trek to Star Trek. Simpler times, yeah. Extensive shitposts for RPGs to add quirky filters to character art. Oh yeah. Alright, Glarthy, you weirdo.
So, what did you discover about the upstanding David Surly?
He's not following you.
Just as I suspected, they've gotten to you too. Not one of them involved in the conspiracy, and you expect me to believe that? Now I know for sure that they are all in on it, and therefore they all have to die, starting with you.
Uh-oh. Ow. Just talk to my friend here. Hut! Yeah, maybe it's not murder if the elemental kills him. Wait, hold on. There we go.
That the best you can do? And to think I trusted you.
Well, so much for that. I guess I could have gone to the guard, but whatever. Doesn't matter that much, does it? Now let's go see what it. Yeah, let's go see what it is. What's in his house? Where is his house? Ah, I swear there was a way to add markers to things. I don't remember how though. Not E or space. Oh, shift click. I should have known. Ah, there we go. It gives me a blue marker. Yes. Let's see what that was. What was Chad saying? Start with Jedi Academy forums where conservative and clans would have their own forums. Yeah. Here we are. Going in. Remove it. Well, it's still apparently stealing. But he is dead. Well, take some gold. It's fine, right? The gold, it doesn't matter if that's stolen or not. Like the actual coins, that just goes into the pile. Manual of arms. Oh, okay. Well, you see, you got your left arm, and you got your right arm. Oh, I figured as much. Like, there's no point just... But I figured, you know what? We'll give it a try. Oh, I don't have the... Okay. Hold on. Boom. And like, you can probably just go to the guard and be like, you know, he's asked me to follow some people. There we go. Don't really. Well, Mr. Paranoid, I followed all the people, and he tried to kill me. So, he's dead now. Yeah, not anymore. Yeah. Could have gone to the guard, but, well. What's in his basement? Not very much. Tamika's wine. Some cheese. I've always held myself to a higher standard than my enemies. What will tell the tale? I fear the end is near. I will not go down without a fight. They will know Glarther at least did not submit to their yoke quietly. Penellis is not involved in the conspiracy. I have no reason to suspect treachery. Yeah. I may still have a chance. Found someone to help me today. A stranger who can move freely. I hope to have proof against my debt by tonight. Blade, supposedly guards of the Empire. Do they know that I know their dark secret? Everything hinges on that. Most dangerous of the three. Why do they want me dead? Okay, nobody. It was all a lie. Tends to work, but I can tell he is really watching my house. I followed him. And off by himself once. Could have been burying secret evidence. Too sick to go out today. So, yeah. Well, I guess that's the end of that. To be honest, once we got to the third person, I'm like, none of them are following him. He's imagining it. He's probably not going to take it well. It wasn't a terrible surprise that he's like, no, you're in on it too, and therefore you must die. It's like, yeah. So it's like, huh. What else is going on? Mage's Guild. Oh, right. I was going to go to CWH and actually do the main quest. You know what? Let's do that. Let me make that active. Oh, you fool. I mean, there's all sorts of other things we can do. You'll do them all. Yeah. What else have we got? I suppose I could be convinced to do other things. Where is that? I mean, that's in the Imperial City. Yeah. Sure, I guess I'll go see what that's all about. I can maybe sell some stuff while I'm here. Do I have anything I actually need to offload? Maybe a few bits and pieces. Okay. Yeah, and the best thing an Elder Scrolls game could do next time is a quest that forces you to visit inciting incident location. Okay, so pick up my milk from CWH, thanks. Like, let's wait for 3 hours. I just think it's often been my experience that like the main quest is by far like the least interesting part of all of the Bethesda games. Like never as invested in it, or it's never, well, it's frequently not as investing as just. It's on the same level as every other quest, almost. Not every other quest, but a lot of them.
Hello. Welcome. My master instructed me to show you up immediately. Please follow me.
Hello. Yeah, alright, I'm coming. I should get rid of the main quest entirely and put the effort behind building up the guild stories and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, honestly. Hello? Whoop.
Ah, the treasure hunter. Please, have a seat.
I will.
Thank you for coming.
Whoop.
You may recognize that statue over there on the table. The very one that you recently sold for less than its true worth.
Oh.
As you may know, I am somewhat of an enthusiast for Ayleid antiquities. In my own modest way, I have amassed a rather considerable collection.
Okay.
I have recently become interested in obtaining the complete set of these ancient statues. I believe that 10 still exist. No mere shopkeeper knows their true worth. If you bring them to me when you find them, I will pay you double for each one. I am looking for the complete set of 10 for my collection. They were once part of the Temple of the Ancestors in the ancient Ayleid capital. Through my research, I have learned that they were removed from the temple before its sack by men. I believe they were hidden in various Ayleid settlements across Cyrodiil, although I do not know the exact location of any of them.
Well, that's helpful.
Why? Have you all...
No, not yet.
Well then, you have work to do. I will continue to search the archives for any clues to the statue's locations. You know it as White Gold Tower, the center of the ancient Ayleid capital of Nibene.
I see.
It was brutally sacked thousands of years ago by humans led by Alessia. The imperial city is built over the ruins of that ancient city.
I see.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Well, with Regulus Terentius for a father, what do you expect from Gallius? The acorn never falls too far from the tree.
All right.
Good day.
Oh, better get up. Now that, sir, is a choice of hair. How much, how much product do you have to use to get it to form such a sharp point? I was like, where does this go? Look at this! Look at this! This set of stairs going up to an attic set thing set off at a weird angle. What a bizarre design. Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay. All right. Well. Whoop.
Morning. Good to see you again, sir.
Just wanted to speak to you.
Indeed. I am at your service. Shall I show you up? Indeed. I understand the fight.
Okay, you're not very helpful.
Bye.
Who are you?
I work as a guard at Umbacano Manor. My name is Ushija.
I am one of his guard dogs. No more, no less. He pays us well to guard his many treasures. This is enough for me.
Fair enough.
BC?
Yeah. Alright, where's the market? There it is. Let's go do a little bit of
I'm only asking
selling and buying and where's what's her
It's you.
face?
Hi.
Yeah, Jency. Yep.
See anything you... Only quality good.
You know what I thought? Okay, hold on.
We'll see.
Let's just see if I can. I would have thought that doing all that quest would have helped.
I accept. Don't waste your flattery on me. That's remarkable.
Max disposition. All right, well, fine.
Only quality goods for sale here.
I would
What can I interest you in?
What can we sell? Oh, a Welkin stone, yes. Silver nuggets.
An excellent bargain.
Here, have this bone for free. I think I want to just sell this Vala stone. Yeah. I have some soul gems. And hold on to those. Here, have some mead. It's vintage wine. Oh, fine.
You got a great deal.
No sense carrying that around. Yeah. I'm using everything else. I'll keep hold of those.
A pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
I'm sure it has. Okay. Jewelry. What do you have again?
Go ahead, please. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
That's what everybody says. Okay, bye.
Take care.
Feedback. Three Brothers Trade Goods. How much money do I have? One of them must be correct. Yeah, I suppose so.
What can I do? I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
See, now you say it.
Be seeing you.
Where are the other guys? Upstairs? Fine. Out of the way!
Yes? Not smart to carry a...
Yeah. Repair everything, please.
Armor, weapons, I have it all. How may I help you?
Oh, you just have very basic stuff. That's fine.
Bye.
Yep. Slash and smash.
Hello again. You're more than welcome here.
No route.
Good luck with your field work for Sindarian.
Ah.
Thorinir didn't turn out to be such a bad fellow after all. I'm glad he decided to join the society. Also try my friend, Ajir Giorik, the main ingredient. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
That's fine.
You too.
Yeah. Gotta have a skull on the desk. It's part of the decor, right? Let's go to the Mystic Emporium. What do we got here? You.
What can I do for you? What can I interest you in?
Hold on, what do you...
Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
Oh, geez. Hands of the Atronach. 12,000 monies. Resist frost, shock, and fire 20%. I mean, that's pretty good.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Let's see. Electric touch. Hindering touch. Major dispel. Protect other. The touch of rage. Weakness to poison. Okay, not like amazing spells. That's fine. I realized I hadn't actually been in here and see what he had to offer. Divine Elegance. What do you got?
Go ahead, please. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Nope, just normal stuff. Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Greetings.
Arthurlos is a sneaky one.
Discount spells.
Yes? Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in?
No, none of those are worth it.
You too.
How are you today?
Oh, Rindir staffs. Alright, what can we... Staves, really, but...
It's my pleasure.
What can we get from you?
Let's do business.
Okay, so... Apotheosis. Fire damage, frost damage, shock damage. I remember this one. Severing. Damage magicka. Telekinesis. 10 feet for 20. Okay, Staff of Light. Staff of Silence. What else do you have? Fancy robes. You want that one, which does like big damage. Fire damage, frost damage, and shock damage. Staff of Silence. Stop people from casting. Staff of Light. I don't think I need that. I want to save up for Apotheosis, though.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Heard it before. Anything else?
How goes it?
I've been better.
Books.
That's too bad.
How goes it? I've been better. That's too bad. Just a normal Oblivion conversation.
Welcome to A Fighting Chance. I'm Rosan, proprietor. I sell the best swords in the city, and I offer advanced training for armorers.
What do you got?
Have a look around.
The
You
Battle
won't find
Axe
better
of
prices in all
Hatred.
Tamriel.
Jeez.
You've got a lot to learn.
Train armorer. Don't need to.
Bye.
Okay, that's everything. So, yeah, okay. As I find more statues, I will go back and sell them to him. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Okay, to the map. Which means we have to go to CWH, which is here. Onwards! I'm just gonna take the road. Suppose I could take a horse. I suppose I could maybe get a horse. Let me see. Let me see about that.
What is it now? You want a horse? I can sell you one. There are no finer bay horses than those sold by the Grateful Pass stables. Our bay horses are faster than the paint horses and tougher than the chestnut. You'll be proud to own one.
Oh, it's 1,000 gold? No, thanks.
Then I guess you'll be walking. I'm through talking to you.
1,000 gold for a horse? Steal it. No. I mean, a horse, I suppose it's, you know... We'll just go for a nice, lovely, leisurely afternoon stroll, and everything will be fine. Is this a mine up here? I bet it is. That's what the crossed hammers means, isn't it? Oh yeah, the armor costs extra. Oh, damn it. Oh, it's a cursed mine. Cursed mine, is it? Hmm. Oh, hello.
Let's get this over with.
Ah. Alright, good work. This mine is cursed. Find nothing of use. Come on. Let me equip a torch. Oh. It's not cursed, it's just got bandits in it. I don't know, maybe that counts. Good trap. Good trap. Go get him. Oh, I don't need to do that. Open. Blech. Why does this look like it's a secret entrance? Maybe there's a lever around somewhere. Oh. Well, it's not a fight that I want. It's apparently a fight that you want. So speak to my my legal associate here. Oh, there's also a wolf. All right, I just hold on. All right, that takes. Oh, there's a. Axe is a little bit. There we go. It's just a little bit stuck in there. Take some free torches. I say free. Gold and some lockpicks.
Guess it was nothing.
This must be. Where is that coming from? Somewhere else. Up above, probably.
Hello? Who's there?
Nobody home. Alright, nothing there. Back up to the top. The mine is cursed. Cursed! Well. It's got bandits in it. Alright. This way. There we go. That ought to take care of that. Take the arrows. And the lockpicks. And the gold. And... wait for it. There we go. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it's just inherent comedy of them just kind of standing there and being like, blah. Okay, so nothing in there. Nothing behind here. Ah. Whoop! A mud crab. I mean, yeah, seems like a good place to have a bandit camp. That's true. No one's going to come in here because they think it's cursed. It's a dagger. And he's gone. Oh, destruction skill increased. Excellent. Lockpick. That wolf had a spoon for some reason. Oh, goodbye.
What's going on with you?
Take some gold. Up.
Hello? Who's there?
Oh, just me and a friend. Oh. My luck is being drained. Somehow. I don't know how that happened.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm! You'll never take me down!
Oh, I think I also hit back. Oh no! Oh, I've made a mistake. I pissed him off. It's fine. Ghost, I choose you. I hit my own guy with a fireball. Whoop! The ragdolling does never get old. There we go. Chest. Poison of fumbling. I think it is an AoE, yeah. Oh well, whatever. Do a quick heal. Why, that seems like a trap. Whoop! Hey! Oh, hello. There we go. Got some lockpicks as well. What else is in here? A sack. Oh. Always taking arrows. And lockpicks. Okay. Although at some point, if I get enough spells, I won't need any lockpicks. So that goes to the lower galleries. Where does this go?
Your presence be tolerated.
It's a little bit cramped up there, so I'll let you, there we go. Whoop, hello. And there we go. Oh, hello. Sorry, excuse me. Wizard fight, is it? What kind of wizard uses a knife? Not very wizardy, is it? Whoop! I cast stab! Great minds think alike, Pegs. And fools seldom differ. Cash money. Cash money. Acrobatics has been increasing. Alright. I guess the only other way to go is to... Oh, did I not? Let me just open that. I'll take it all. Knife wizard casts stab. Right, we'll go back this way then. Knife eye attack, oh no. Alright, well what's down here then? Oh, whoops. Excuse me.
Am I supposed to do your
There we go. I'm going to be slinging fireballs. I guess I should summon the Flame Atronach so that they actually can't get hurt by what I'm doing. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Anything else in this room? Apart from some warhammers. Okay, quick save. A little quiet. Oh, here we go. Not terribly subtle, but... Oh! Oh! Now I'm on fire. Good work. Nah, I'm fine. Well then. Oh, hello. I decided to join us, have you? Hold on a second. Introduce you to my friend. I mean, if you want to just stand there, that is fine. I will throw fireballs at you. Oh. Hasn't quite figured out stairs. Let me just make this a bit easier for you. This way, guy. Oh, there he goes. Alright. Okay, so. Potion of Dispel. Dispel. I guess we'll go down here. Oh, Should maybe heal. Just a touch. I thought Minecraft. Bleh. That's often how it goes. Oh, I can level up. Hi, nobody important. Would you stand still? Oh. Healing, is it? I should maybe be soul trapping just to try and charge up some gems. What's that on? That's on 6. Okay. Let me see if I can remember to do it this time. Oh no, I pissed him off. There we go. Just gonna go equip a torch so I can see what I'm doing. Hop, that's better. Some silver nuggets. Oh, you're the ringleader, huh? Okay, well. Oh, there's still... okay. Just... yeah.
Show me what you got.
Oh, silver arrows as well. Take all of those. Probably gonna run out of... yeah. Yep, there we go. Here. Flame Atronach. Okay. I think that's everyone. Dwarven arrow. Oh, I remember the dwarven stuff was very good. Yeah. Potion of confusion, minor innovation, and some gold. And I think I can sleep because I think they should all be dead. Yeah. All right, let's level up. What shall I choose? Well, we definitely want intelligence and willpower. I think just intelligence, willpower, and endurance is pretty good. I just need to get out of here. Although, actually, what I should do, I need to be better about this, is just actually take a quick break. So, we shall do that, and I shall return in a couple of minutes, and we'll carry on. But it is break time. There we go. BRB. All right, that was a quick break. Oh, hold on. I return. There we go. All right. Let us carry on. We want to get out of here. Oh, there are more silver, empty silver deposits. Fine. Oh. Oh, this is a little tent. Ah. Would have missed that. There we go. Remember the rhythm. There we go. Come on. There we go. Helm of the Lemur. Light armor, resist magic 7%. Okay. The Black Arrow Volume 2. Resist magic 7%. Sure. Alright. And a book. Increases marksman. I see. Very good. I'll take it. The way out though. Wait. Came in this way. Yes. Oh, I gotta if I turn to my... If I go this way, yeah. Yeah. Right, through the door over there. Of course. And then we should be able to just go back out. Yeah, just go straight from here and then we're just out of here. And yeah, get back on the road and start heading in a direction. Nice night, I suppose. So distracted. There's something over there. A symbol I don't recognize. Well, it's probably like a camp or something. Fat Ramp Camp. Interesting. Oh, hello. Bandits. Well, I guess that's everything, isn't it? Who said that? Somebody causing trouble? Go get him. There. That's from above. Carry on. Okay, I'm not going to do another cave because that takes too much time. But I can at least discover it. Just, you know, put it on the map. Seems like it's down here somewhere. Or possibly... Okay, Firelight Cave. I guess that's the cave, isn't it? Right? Yeah. There's also a fort along the way. Oh yeah, that looks like a fort. Just discovering all the things along the way that can go on the map and we can come back to later. And I know we go around. There we go. At least this way you can fast travel to them. Fort Istrius. Oh no, Istirus. I misread that. Whoop! Ow! Suppose I could do a fort. I haven't done a fort. And there he goes. Just the way it just sort of like pops upwards will pretty much always be funny. Oh, necromancer. Hold on, let me find our. There's our guy.
I'm supposed to be impressed.
Oh, he's got a staff. Oh, he's running.
Ah, you'll never take me down.
Hold still, please. Oh god. Uh-oh. Summon! My luck!
Let's get this over.
You got this. You got this, buddy. Fire very well. I see you've chosen fireballs at dawn. Did you call me? Where are you going? Oh god. Oh god. On guard! No, that's not going to do the trick, is it? Oh! Oh no, he's got friends. Oh dear. I think I got one of them. Okay. Oh, Kerr, that's what he said. Right. And there he goes. North Germanic of origin meaning dog. Potion of sorcery. Ah, fortify fatigue pants. So one of you guys had a staff. Lesser staff of silence. I'll take that. Let's see, what do we got? Fancy pants? Yeah, fancy pants. What am I wearing? Lightfoot boots? Feather? Okay, that's instead of the robe. Okay. Fortify fatigue or shield 8%. We'll take the shield. Until I get a top that also goes with these. I have a staff of silence. Well, let's see what else is in here. High rock helmet. Ooh, fortify magicka 10 points. Oh, that's actually very good. Give myself more magicka. Yes. Excellent. Yep. And necromancer's alright. Fatal flaw. Wearing necromancer robes and displaying necromantic symbols everywhere. Oh yes, and a subtle blue glow, that's true. The sanctuaries. What's in here? Uh-oh. The Pokemon fight. Although, hold on. Let me try equipping the Staff of Silence.
Am I supposed to be impressive? This ends here. Let's get this over with.
Oh god.
Oh!
No, it doesn't dispel their current summon, but it does stop them from casting anything else. No, not enough magic. Oh, did we kill one? Okay, good. Good, good, good. Take that.
Am I supposed to be? You'll never take me down.
Alright, this isn't... Alright, you asked for it, big guy. Get out my claymore. Excuse me. Alright, good work. We got there. Save. Let's see what else is around here. Oh, a headless zombie. Good. That's good. Greater soul gem. And some other stuff. Greater soul gem is the real business. That's what we want. Okay. Take aim. Fire! You there. Where do you think you're going? There we go. Help me out here. Oi. Turns out, sword still very good. There we go. What's down here then? Some sorcery potions. Oh. Places where they were doing their necromancy. I see. Okay. The barracks. Probably more necromancers. Oh, he's got a hood on. That must mean he's serious business. Summon. On guard. Oh, he's an adept. Blade skill. Alright, increased. Good. Oh, there you are. Oh god. Whoop. Flying leap. Did you get hit by a bunch of traps? Okay, I think we're okay. So many potions. Oh, Dwarven Mason, Lesser Staff of Burden. Don't mind if I do. Crap. What can I get rid of? Oh, that's real. Oh, the Dwarven Mace is really heavy. It's just worth a lot. It's not terribly special. It's cool looking. Hold on. There was maybe some other stuff up there as well. It's worth 180 money. A zombie. Hup. Do I want to take that with me or what? What arrows do I have equipped? Steel arrows. Silver arrows. Doesn't look like it would weigh 27, but maybe it's very dense. Worth 180. It's fine. Have some staves. They're worth a lot more, in fact. Anything else going on down here? Oh yeah. He's coming out swinging. There. Oh, I need to recharge it. Where are those potions? No, they're not here. They're in the potions tab. Potion of sorcery. Better. Can I... Where are the soul gems? Console level lesser. There we go, that recharges that. Good. Quick save.
Who's there?
Wait, how am I supposed to get down there? You know what? Never mind. There's probably a way from around here. Unless I'm supposed to jump over. Alright, well. If he manages to find his way around, then I'll, Alright, well. Hup!
Warming up, you pathetic worm! Do your
See a thing! It's alright. Good work. Okay. Take some potions. Whoop, goodbye. Ah, that's obviously a trap. Don't go that way. Potion of sorcery. Bedroll. What is? Wonder what this does. Ah, it lowers the drawbridge. Isn't that convenient? Which lets you go over here. Ah, okay. Back around there. Okay. Good, good. Oh, I should probably just do a quick, a quick heal. But what's over here?
If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get.
Well, alright. If that's how you're gonna be, take this! Oh, I'm very close to being full up anyway. Just from picking up random crap. Oh, because potions are like half a point each. Ah. Okay, that's why. Oh, no wonder. Oh, geez, okay. No wonder I'm so weighed down. So many potions that I don't need. Well, not exactly. Security russet felt shirt. Shit. I'm encumbered. What am I wearing? I've got the robe of warding, shield 8%, fortify security. What can I lose? Oh, I know what I can do. I'll drop like fully half of these. There. Marksman quilted doublet. Oh, I've got a lot of fancy clothes in here. See what we get. Aha! Okay. We should offload all of these potions. That's the thing, because I can heal myself. I mean, they do come in handy in a pinch from time to time. And I've looted so much stuff from this area. Oh, wait, hold on. Are we back at the beginning? Ah, we are. Okay. Well, that's that then. Okay, so the other thing is that... So now I have the Fortify Fatigue Pants and the Fortify Security shirt. So many fancy clothes. And this helmet. Alright, well. Well, that was a fun diversion. Should we get back on the road? Oh, let's see what's in the altar. Nothing, apparently. Oh. Why, that looks like some ruins. I'm just gonna discover it. I'm not gonna go in. Look, I don't have time for this, buddy. Guess that's something. And discover this location as well. Whoa! Bloody goblins! Always jump scaring. Well, I'm just trying to get to the zone that, you know, says I've discovered it. Ah. Miscarand. Oh, hello. Okay. Now back to the road. Miscarand. Apparently he's full of goblins, I bet. The road should be right over there. It is. Do, 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 do. Much better. Wait, hold on. There we go. Captured a soul. Leave that for later. All right. Off we go. Yeah, it's really not that far. It's a nice, pleasant walk. It's just there's a lot of interesting things to do along the way. Whoops. Hold on a moment. Can you hold still, please? Oh. Can't capture... Okay, so the human... Okay. Didn't have a big enough soul gem for that one. Okay, interesting. I guess people souls are pretty big. Or do they only go into, like black soul gems? Oh! And pretty evil to capture, right, yes. That's right. Oh, there's a bear! Having a good time? Who's gonna win? Oh. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, I'm not taking that. That's way too heavy. It's like, oh, I should have trapped the bear soul, but, nope. I forgot. Didn't get it in time. Alright, well. Off we go. It's alright, just around the corner. We're almost there. Oh. Okay. Yeah, we're getting there. Ah. Do. The trees are figuring themselves out. There we go. Now we're on the Gold Coast now, of course. Okay, so there should be a sharp bend that I need to take. Just up here. Well then. Yeah, coming right up on the right hand side. Oh, hello. Bye. Oh. Whoops. And back he comes. So there appeared to have been a wolf there. And off you go. What the hell are you doing? I guess you were chased by a wolf all the way out there. Bellator's Folly. Okay, well. Something for another time. Ah. A little camp. Ah, so now he goes to do his script, right?
Come on!
Yep.
Run while there's still time! The guard still holds the road, but it's only a matter of time before they're overwhelmed.
Oh no! Run from what?
God's blood. You don't know, do you? Deidre overran CWH last night.
Oh no.
There were glowing portals outside the walls.
Oh hell.
Gates to Oblivion itself.
Whoops.
There was a huge creature, something out of a nightmare. Came right over the walls, blasting fire that swarmed around it, killing.
Oh dear.
Go and see for yourself. CWH is a smoking ruin. We're all that's left. Do you understand me? Everyone else is dead. It was Savli and Matthias. Some of the other guards helped some of us escape. They cut their way out, right through the city gates. Savlian says they can hold the road. No, I don't believe him. Nothing can stop them. If you'd seen it, you'd know.
Blimey.
I'm getting out of here before it's too late. They'll be here any minute, I'm telling you. Run when you can.
Bye. Got chased out by a wolf only to run back and then do the same thing.
Possible. Or maybe she got out and she's looking for you too.
I can't fit. What do you want? Late at night, while we were all asleep, the door to Oblivion opened. Deidre came out and set fire to the town. Many people died. If you mean the priest, I don't think he made it out of the city. Very few of us
short
did.
game.
But Savli and Matthias might know more. He's in charge of the city guard that are defending the camp. You'll find him at the barricade at the top of the road. He's still trying to hold what's left of the guard together. Go bother someone else.
I don't have much. I don't like to talk about it. I don't remember much. I woke to screaming and fire. I ran. I was lucky.
Yeah.
I survived. My friends weren't so lucky. Let's see what we've got.
At least you can repair some things.
I offer the finest goods and the lowest prices. And
here. Take these. Take these iron arrows as well. I don't need those. Oh, really low disposition.
Another Saturday.
Actually, to be honest,
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
some of these I just want to get rid of, but I can't ditch all my potions. Oh no. No, you don't want to buy any of that. Yeah, we'll ditch the steel helmet.
A fine transaction.
Some of these I just want, you know, want them gone. Doesn't matter how much I make. Oh, why do I have 2 bows? No, sell the iron bow. Okay.
Thank you. I'm done talking
That's better.
to you.
How could the Nine let this happen? Are they angry with us? We've been hit hard, but we'll come back. It looks bad. It is bad, but we're tough. We'll rebuild. The guards have to clear the ruins first. That won't be easy. But I'll be here. This is my town. Nothing is driving me out of here. Take care.
Oh, I should also probably just unequip the torch.
You picked a bad time to visit CWH.
Yeah, I'm learning
Go
that.
look for yourself. The Daedra came out of the gate in the middle of the night. People who fought died. People who ran, they at least had a chance. What can I interest you in?
You'll probably buy. Can maybe up this to, let's say, 45. Yeah, I got a bunch of potions I need you to take off my hand, please. Off my hands. Just, yeah, take all of those, please.
No deal.
Oh, right, you don't have enough money. Well, I can do it, like, half at a time. Like, 10 at a time.
I can't afford to do...
Alright, fine. 40%.
That's more than I would usually...
Much better. Maybe sell half of those? There we go.
That's a good deal.
You can have
That's
this.
more than I would usually pay.
Poison. I'm going to sell these poisons. I'm not going to use those. Might take a few potions of healing with me. Fortify health, restore. Okay.
You...
Cure poison, yeah. Cure disease, definitely want those.
You got a great deal there.
We'll sell both of those.
You drive a hard bargain. Another...
Okay.
Take
Much
care.
better. Painting's upside down.
I'm just lucky to be alive. What? A gate opened and Deirdre poured out. Everybody ran. I don't know how the fire started.
Okay. Well.
Good day.
Good day. Alright, what's going on? You there.
Hope is gone. The Imperial line is dead. The Covenant is broken. The enemy has won. The Imperial line is dead, and the gods have forsaken us. Where is our blessing? Where is our protection? Where are our gods? The enemy triumphs, and we die alone.
Seems bad.
Lord Dagon is the enemy. He is the Prince of Destruction, and the Daedra are his servants. The chapel is cast down, and the faithful, my friends, all dead. The enemy has won, and we are destroyed.
Not necessarily, or I hope not.
Stop talking.
Wow, okay. Rude. Oh yeah, does look bad, doesn't it? Oh, it's getting all misty. Or foggy. Or smoky, really. Oh dear. Oh, and the sky's on fire. Is that? This seems fine, right? This is maybe a little concerning. Oh. Ah, well, you know, there's your problem. Oh hell.
I'm just warming you, pathetic worm.
It's alright, I brought help.
Stand back, civilian. This is no place for you. Get back to the encampment at once.
What happened here?
We lost the damn city. That's what happened! It was too much. Too fast. We were overwhelmed. Couldn't even get everyone out. There are still people trapped in there.
Oh.
Some made it to the chapel, but others were just run down in the streets. The Count and his men are still holed up in the castle.
Oh.
And now we can't even get back into the city to help them, with that damned Oblivion gate blocking the way. The only thing we can do, we'll try to hold our ground, that's what. If we can't hold this barricade, those beasts could march right down and overrun the encampment. I have to try and protect the few civilians that are left. It's all I can do now.
Listen, I can help.
You want to help? You're kidding, right? If you're serious, maybe I can put you to use. It'll likely mean your death, though. Are you sure?
I'll do whatever I can.
I don't know how to close this gate, but it must be possible, because the enemy closed the ones they opened during the initial attack. You can see the marks on the ground where they were, with the great gate right in the middle. I sent men into the gate to see if they could find a way to shut it. They haven't come back. If you can get in there, find out what happened to them. If they're alive, help them finish the job. If not, see what you can do on your own. The best I can say is good luck. If you make it back alive, we'll be waiting for you. My home! My goddamn home in flames! It kills me that I can't get in there and do something! We couldn't have been any less prepared for this. Seems like they came out of nowhere. There were just so many of them. If only I had a way to strike back at the enemy. But we can't...
Okay, close the Oblivion gate, gotcha.
You mean the priest? Last I saw him, he was leading a group towards the chapel of Akatosh. If he's lucky, he's trapped in there with the rest of them. At least safe for the moment. If he's not...
Alright, Oblivion gate.
Some kind of portal to Oblivion. The enemy used them to attack the city. They appeared outside the walls, and Daedra poured out.
That's, yeah, no
They've
good.
opened one right in front of the city gates. Until that gate is closed, the best I can do is try to hold these barricades.
Alright.
Good luck. It's a break.
I'm going in. Alright, quick save. It's alright, there we go. Yeah, this is fine. Well, hold on before I go in. Oh, I should recharge. Let's see. Use a couple of those. And we're fully charged. Well, God, look at that though. So, you know, the whole skybox here is actually pretty cool. With all the red clouds and stuff. Well, guess I'll go to hell. Here we are in scenic Oblivion. How you fellas doing? Oh, not good, huh? It's alright. Stop throwing fireballs at me. Well, there's one of the guards that went in. Oh. Right, what is that? Velociraptor looking clan fear, right. Okay, I don't think the fireball is doing anything.
Thank the Nine.
There we go.
I never thought I'd see another friendly face. The others, taken. They were taken to the tower.
What's going
Captain
on?
Mattias sent us in to try and close the gate. We were ambushed, trapped, and picked off. I managed to escape, but the others are strewn across that bridge. They took Menion off to the big tower. You've got to save him.
Okay.
I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
The captain is still holding the barricade. I figured I was the last one left alive. All right. I'll try to get out of here. Let the captain know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't need your help. Is there anything down here? Ooh. Anything over here, maybe? Ah. Oh, come on. Ah. Gross. Oh, a fleshy pod. Oh, we love a fleshy pod. Go get him. Well, I shouldn't go that way. There's all this... I guess it's supposed to be lava. Wonder how... Okay, quick save. How badly does it hurt? Oh, very. Very. Okay. Okay. Just checking, because you never know, right? It's never guaranteed how much it's actually going to hurt you. But I bet... Let me try something here. Hurt! Hurt! I lived! That was that was a close one. Cannot wait while enemies are nearby. You know, video game lava is always basically just a sort of 50-50 shot. If it's going to immediately kill you or be bearable. Oh. Clanfear runts have a big soul as well, apparently. Don't think there's anything in here. I wonder if we're... okay. Well, so much for that. It's alright. Oh, don't. No, come on. Invisible wall? You son of a bitch. Hup. Well, it actually counts as water for the purposes of swimming. That's kind of funny. But just can't just kind of hop around the back there, eh? Alright, fine. Yeah. You can see what's going on through these gates, but you can't... The gate is opened elsewhere, yeah, okay. I already thought I could, you know, sneak around the back and get in that way, but apparently not. They thought about that. They were like, no. You'll take an invisible wall and like it. Anything up here, or is this just... Oh. Just some geometry. Well, that didn't work out for him, did it? I guess we'll go around this side then. Oh, something being hung from a very high place. Nope. That'll do. Ha! Huh. Oh, maybe I filled up all the smaller ones. I think I did. Okay. Let's stick with our Kaitif fella. It's in this fleshy pod. Oh, potions. Well, okay. Fleshy pod. Great. Do I need to... Not quite. Not quite yet. I think a lesser soul gem will fully charge this. And he's gone. Oh. Whoop! What the hell? Who's shooting shit at me? You! Wait, hold on, where's my ghost summon? There. There we go. Yeah, just hold still for a moment, would you? There we go. Right. Oh, it's those are spike. Oh. Ow. Okay, the trees are attacking me. The plants are attacking me. That's That's new, okay. I can get up here. Okay, good. And we gotta get to the tower, right. Pick this. Nothing. What the? Whoa! Exploding mine? Alright, listen here, you. Had enough of your shit. Hi-ya! Oh! Can I capture this soul, maybe? Oh! Uh-oh. Nope. Soul too big. Just a sort of fire pit down here. Scamps. Ah. Oh. Seems like my guy's found someone else to have a fight with. Oh! Alright. Ah! Shoulder checking me. Good work. Now it's out of juice. That's okay. I have a lesser soul gem to feed into it. Ugh. Fleshy pods. Gross. Ah! What if I just go around? And the whole environment wants to kill you. There we go. Is it actually worth coming down here? It's probably not. We have to get to the tower and close shut the jaws of Oblivion, like Patrick Stewart said. Oh! I was briefly confused. I'll summon my own! Well, there goes that guy. Remora Field Arrow. 76. They weigh 1. They're pretty heavy. They're worth 1. You can keep your arrows. It's fine. Well, this does look like a door, doesn't it? Ah, portal, the tower portal to the Blood Feast. Great. Oh, lovely. There's one down. bit of a helping hand. Oh, found some more. I think it found some more friends through the door. Alright. Oh, the rending halls, of course. Oh, gross. Oh, that's not good. Ow. Alright, Darth Maul. That's kind of what you look like. Alright. More churl. Dremora mace. Very heavy though. Daedra heart. I'll take that. Yeah, we can leave the mace. It's worth 40, but it's also really heavy. Oh, hello. You still here? Ah, the blood fountain. I think that healed me. Yes, as opposed to the rendering halls, which haven't been finished. The blood feast. Okay, this. And this goes down. Oh, they both go to the blood feast. Okay. Yeah, I want sliding doors, but more visceral. Oh, the corridors of dark salvation, of course. It's very dark. I mean, it's the corridors of dark salvation. I shouldn't be surprised that it's dark in here. Now, what's going on? Ah, this way. Go get him. Oh. Oh, nuts. Yeah, I upset him. I can see I've, out of charges again. Oh, come on. Let me capture some souls here. Ugh. Oh. I see. That's a trap, is it? I see. Well. That's a corpse. That needs a key. Hey, you guys got a key? What about you? Nope. Oh, that goes out to the plane of Oblivion. And that also needs a key. Okay, fun. I guess we'll go outside. Over this very narrow walkway. Reaper's Sprawl.
In the cage! Over here!
Oh! Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Oh, oh!
In the cage! Over here!
You should not be here, mortal. Your blood is forfeit. Your flesh is mine.
We'll see about that.
Whoa! In the cage! Over
Yeah, a little busy at the moment. Whoop! There we go. I gotcha.
Quickly, quickly, there's no time. You must get to the top of the large tower. The Sigil Keep, they call it. That's what keeps the Oblivion Gate open. Find the Sigil stone. Remove it and the gate will close. Hurry, the Keeper has the key.
Nice camera,
you must get the key.
Well framed, yeah, well put together. Can I not open this cage?
Take the key. Get to the Sigil Keep and find the Sigil stone. Don't worry about me.
Okay, fine. Alright, well, if you say so. Oh. Probably don't want to go... Do I want to go down here? No. We gotta go to the top of the tower. Which means going back out this way. At least now I have the key. There we go. Oh, hey Momo. Welcome. Join us as we are attempting to close shut a gate to Oblivion. Oh, there goes my torch. Goes back down. There's probably... We just need to get the thing and get out of here. We've got to get to the top. Well, happy to provide some chill. Well, I'd say chill, but you know, Oblivion. Oh god, you there? Take this. Gift of Flame. Ooh. Alright. No, that was a mistake. Yeah, get rid of that. Oh. Route to the Blood Feast. I guess that goes up. I hope it goes up. Oh! Yeah, it did. I thought it was going to be like an actual elevator. The Punished. Iron Claymore. Oh, there's a soul gem. I will take that. That's supposed to... Whoa. Well, we are in... basically in hell, so... Good work, team. Alright. Aha! Here we go. Need to find this. Oh, hello. Huh. I'll summon my own friend. Go get him. Whoops. There we go. Today we are playing the role of Doom Guy, basically. Oh, well. Open up. Oh, lovely. I'll, let me drink from the blood fountain. Oh, and magic essence. Oh, Doomfeld. Oh, yes, I think I've heard that. That's the Doom Seinfeld theme, or whichever way around it is. Oh boy. Summon! Back here, you nerd. Darth Maul looking. Whee! Up. Okay, fire isn't doing very much, is it? Let me do a quick recharge. No, that's not it. Good. Let's go for a ghost. Summon ghost in attack form or whatever. Need to heal. Need to heal. Excuse me. Coming through. My blunt skill increased. Good, good. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Aha! That looks like the likely thing, doesn't it? Ooh, hello! Short Sword of the Fang. Absorb agility, endurance, intelligence, luck, personality, speed, I'm taking that, thank you. Lesser Staff of Silence. I think I have one of those already. Hold on. That means I can sell one. Alright, quick save. Is that the thing? Oh! But close the gate by taking the sigil stone that anchors it within Oblivion. I should tell. Yes. Oh, and there it goes. I did it. I
just can't.
Did it.
Close the gate. I knew you could do it. This is our chance to launch a counterattack. I need you to come with us. You've got far more combat experience than these men. Are you able to join us now? I can wait, but not for long. We've got to move quickly before they have a chance to barricade the city gate. The longer we wait, the smaller our window of opportunity. Get ready, and do it quickly. We've got to move soon.
Oh, I know.
Be quick. This is our best chance to rescue the survivors from the chapel.
Indeed it is. However, it is almost 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna call it for tonight. And go get some food. And we shall save CWH next time. Oh. Or save what's left of it, rather. It's kind of got overrun by everything. Oh. Just waiting for it to exit properly. Oh. Oh, come on. There we go. That's it. That is it for tonight. Oh man, that was fun though. Actually doing main quest stuff. And we shall continue on with some more tomorrow. Same hat time, same hat channel, as always. Alright, well, thank you all so much for hanging out. And don't forget, if you want to support the stream, you can subscribe or follow on Twitch, or like the videos and such on YouTube that go up, or you can get something from the store. store.streamelements.com/can'twearhats. Yeah, I'll see if see who's live. And if you want to check out if you've missed any streams, the VODs do go up on YouTube every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you can find them there on the YouTube channel. Who is live? No one I follow. Who is live? Lumi? You got a link there, Memo? Because I'm not familiar with them. Or with their stream, at least. But would be happy to send some people over. Oh, of course, Luminaire. Yeah. Ah. Okay. Yeah, why not? See what they're up to. Oh, some density. Perfect. Let's send you over there. Why not? All right. That's been there for a long time. But there we go. All right. Anyway, let's Twitch, please. It is subtle. I'll give it. That is true. Anyway, well, raid Luminaire, Lumi, and I'm gonna go get some food. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Take care, and bye bye for now.